everything seems to be functioning. So
wow, my computer sucks. Because usually they would both be, wouldn't they both be lit up, or am I high? I mean,
Wait,
I could
what?
be high.
No, it could
Check your pulse quick.
You're
in case you haven't noticed, Kaela and I did hit a couple weed mints earlier.
Ooh.
we do have some if you want.
So I don't.
I would if I wasn't driving.
No, that's fair. But like, what happened was we took them around what, like almost
4?
like 4, and the high didn't really start kicking in until like
now.
Yeah, like, not long before, like maybe a half hour before you guys got here.
Maybe we're not really here.
Ooh.
No, don't scare me like that.
These are some really good mints, huh?
Yeah,
they're pineapple flavored.
They usually take me like, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes.
For us, usually it takes a couple hours. This
Everyone's
is the longer
different.
it's taken.
Yeah. I mean, it really is different.
Like, I know the moment I felt it because I was texting, who was I texting?
I don't know, your mom? Morel!
I was texting Morel because she had just gotten home safe, and I'm there, and all of a sudden, I like start to feel like... I'm like, Kaela, because earlier in the day I'd said to Kaela, I don't think the stuff worked. Like, we went to the veggie grill and I got a really spicy soup. Would that interfere with it? I don't know.
What?
Probably not. I do recall going up. No, I'm saying, but I do
You're
recall.
just looking for things now.
I do recall going away from it later. Like, I'd been pretty full, and then we left and dropped her sister off, and on the way back, I was like, I'm weirdly hungry again. Let's go back, and then and then nothing hit until again not long ago, and it just it's never taken that long for a high to kick in. I was hoping I'd have it, it'd be chill, and then it'd be over because I didn't take much.
Was it 5 or 10 milligrams?
I gave him 2, so it would have been, and each one.
How many?
5. I gave him 5, so only 5.
So 5 total, yeah.
Yes, it's not like it's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely feeling it, and it wasn't obvious.
It always just 9 times out of 10 it'll hit me if I ever just stand up to go do something. Like, I'm gonna go to the restroom now.
That's kind of what
eating
happened.
something and go, wow, this burrito's really good.
Like, really good.
Yeah.
No, I think the one time we discovered that I was high was like you played something and I started laughing way too fucking hard.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Also, my mouth is really dry right now. There it is.
That's the worst part. I hate how cotton mouth you get.
Mm.
But it is what it is.
I have to record a podcast episode like this.
Happy holidays, everybody, and
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays!
All right, so
Holidays.
this looks like an absolutely terrible story.
Probably. Why are we doing this again?
Because it's written by Slumber.
Where did you
Wait.
get this?
Oh yeah, so
what-
you might have heard of Slimebeast. He's actually gets his name from a really popular story he wrote called "I nicknamed my Grimer Slimebeast and now I wish I hadn't."
Is this off the Creeps McPasta story horror?
No,
Yeah.
it's a top-rated story.
This is off the creepy Costa
So what I did
Creepy
was
LaCosta?
creepy like
so
the nasty canasta network.
for all those listening, we have Paprika and Abysmii in the same location as us. This is-
Which is an unexpected surprise, considering that this episode's going out on Christmas Eve, but we're recording this on the 21st. So Kaela and I, our family celebrate as like our own Yule celebration, just because we like the idea of going back to some of that.
Mhm.
And we were trying to figure out how to record this episode of UCA. We had a more specific plan than this initially. We were gonna, and this is gonna happen soon. We were gonna have a discussion about the lighthouse with all the
Yes.
gang.
Yay!
Because I've been wanting to do that for so long.
We're
But
gonna talk about jism.
Jism.
Flotsam,
Hark!
jetsam.
I want to talk about how you always like the taste of meat lobster, right? You always like the taste of
You
meat
like
lobster.
the lobster, though?
You like lobster, though?
You would have thought he, like, killed his cat or something. He said that.
Okay, save it.
No, hold on.
Save it.
Yeah.
Save
Okay.
it, save it.
Okay. But
Alan got sick.
Alan's sick.
Yeah.
And
And then we hear our good friends Abysmii and Papreeka are stuck in space traffic.
Yes.
apparently there's the
They're trying to get home for the holidays.
and
They
apparently
happen to be passing Earth, and they hit really serious. Because if the Vogan constructor
It's like
fleet
one
had
of
just
those
demolished
90s
Earth to make a hyperspace bypass, none of this would have happened.
It's
Thanks,
like one of
guys.
those 90s trying to get home for Christmas movies.
This is why it
There it
takes
is.
so long every damn year.
This is a Hallmark Christmas special of UCA.
So what happened was I actually messaged Slimebeast, and I told you guys this, but I'm going to say it out loud. I told him, hey, Abby and Paprika are coming over, and we're gonna read your story.
Oh yeah. So anyway, long story short, since they were passing by, we called and they said, "Hey, you want to wait out space traffic with us?" And we were half joking, and they were like, "No, we'll come by." And I'm like, "Oh, cool." So we have unexpected.
I mean, we didn't have to.
You didn't.
Did you not want us to come?
No, we wanted you here for sure.
we're happy you're here.
It was
You have
more
no
surprise.
idea.
It was more just hilarious, and we were sitting here in our semi-high states, going, "Yee, our friends are coming over," and we did not plan for any of this.
So
this
I
is great.
messaged him and
I really am glad you guys are here.
Yeah. I mentioned, we're thinking of reading Dudley the Dunce, and he says, I forbid it. I mean, cool. There's this Hollywood sequel too, if it's too short, but then the other might be too long. I responded, I'd rather read the prequel. That's a sequel to the Hollywood remake.
Oh, God.
He said, then you want 2 Dudley, 2 Dunce. So, 2... I said, isn't the tagline, he's Dunce it now? And he confirmed, yes, that is the correct one.
No.
Which in slimy speak means, enjoy reading my story. It's gonna suck.
What does boggle snots mean?
It's probably something he's copyrighted already and put on a t-shirt.
That's his SoundCloud rapping persona.
Ston L Gob. If you read it backwards, it still means nothing.
Snot.
Ston...
Wait, no,
Snot... Gob. But
Snot.
I feel
Snot's
like this
spelled
is...
backwards is still snot.
We're reading
Or no, it's
Dudley the
Stonks.
Dunce.
What am I
Maybe
saying?
this is like an anagram for buggers.
I remember he had a name on Skype once, and it was an anagram of Tormental Slime.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It was like lime...
Semi-stable lemon tart. Bring it in.
At the same time.
This man is my brother.
I wonder about some of the weird names you people choose.
Yeah.
You people, it was him.
It's
Yeah,
all
but
him.
then you have weird names too.
Not.
That mean weird things.
What weird name?
I don't have to remember them. I don't.
Because I don't exist. You just made that up.
He has weird taglines on Twitter too, doesn't he?
Taglines are not names, they're taglines.
They're whatever.
His tagline on Twitter right now is, I nickname a Grimer Muck, and now I wish I had one.
No, I nicknamed a Grimer Muck.
Are there any Pokestops?
I'm
Ooh, are there?
Yes, actually there's one right across the street from us.
Oh,
I can't say too much about more than that specifically because they would out exactly where we are to the internet and they will all come and kill us.
Well, there's Pokestops everywhere.
That's true. But there is one, it should be in range.
There's
It
one,
should be
there's
Pokestop
one
in
right
range.
next to
There's
us
one
because
down
it's a
by the
Starbucks.
guillotine.
Oh, that's a good point.
The guillotine next to where you burn people at the
Yes.
Wait, do you guillotine them or burn them?
We're in Salem, Massachusetts.
You have multiple.
Where they
you have
totally
multiple methods
guillotined
available.
and burned witches in history.
Jeez.
We're in Salem, California.
We're in Salem, Oregon.
Whoa, what the hell are these?
I really wish I had...
Oh, it's a gym.
Oh, it's a gym now?
We're-
Get
We have a
off of
gym.
Pokemon. We're reading the story.
No, I'm gonna do
Alright.
this in between when it's not my
No,
turn.
it's Christmas. We should be able to relax, right?
What the hell kind of Pokemon
Christmas
is this?
Eve, even though it's actually winter.
That's why
That would assume playing
a
Pokemon Go is
Panpour?
relaxing.
What's a
It's not.
Panpour? It's ugly as hell. Oh, I have no Pokeball
Wait,
shit.
Really?
How many? Is there a lot of
Panpour is a
Pokestops?
monkey.
Is there a lot of
Right.
Pokestops in space?
Oh, so many.
You know how Niantic launched a satellite that reached the stars and ended up GPS dropping little GPS nodes so they could literally put gyms on other
Alright,
planets.
we probably should read the story.
No, I'm gonna play Pokemon.
Whatever, you'll go last.
All right,
Yeah,
we're gonna read Dudley the Dunce because
Abby's going
reasons.
first, I guess.
Yay.
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 We'll go this way.
rejoicing.
We'll go this way. No one at home can see where I'm pointing. Let's go Abysmii, Papreeka.
We're
Kaela,
gonna
and
go
me.
in an order, and you guys are gonna listen.
Yeah,
gonna
that's how it
guess
goes.
if
That's how
it
it
happens.
That's how it goes.
Winter break was approaching, and everyone in my class could barely concentrate. Frost had touched the windows, a light powder was still clinging to the grass outside, and the atmosphere of excitement was palpable.
Oh, was the powder cocaine?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It was concentrate cocaine.
There must have been so many warnings. Everyone kept forgetting the basics of classroom etiquette, as if the looming vacation time was already causing everything we learned to melt away like the snow. Kids talked openly before being snapped back to reality by
Oh, there goes gravity.
by being swatted by a
Oh,
SWAT
no.
of the teachers on the desk. It was a madhouse, and the moment the bell rang, we all knew there would be one giant stampede for the door.
So this was clearly, this takes place back when Slimy was a kid, so 1904. We have teachers with rulers hitting them on desks.
I didn't know he was taught by Ichabod Crane.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what comes before Boomer then?
Actually,
because they're in the
Tumor.
grave.
Oh,
shit.
actually,
Okay, farmer.
they're called the golden. They're called the Golden Group.
The
Golden Group was the greatest generation.
Yeah, that's what they're known as. It's you're
the,
right.
the greatest generation.
You really-
is
The
just
Right.
Golden Group?
Or something golden,
Golden
or
Girls?
the greatest generation.
Are they're the Golden Girls?
Oh, is that where the Golden Girls comes from? Or
Yes,
the Golden
because they're all born during the Great
Oh,
Depression.
So are we gonna get the Boomer Girls one day?
The Boomer Girls?
We technically already have them. Isn't that The View? Or...
It wasn't until the teacher, Mrs. Schroeder, I think, he doesn't remember. Well, I mean, it was long ago, so.
I was high on cocaine at the time.
Remember that, like any good creepypasta, this going back to creepypasta theory, this is always tinged in, like, looking back at the past and maybe not
Yeah.
remembering everything as much as you did before.
Yeah.
Reminded us of a very special visitor that we finally stopped screwing around and paid attention.
Oh,
Oh, Red Lazar?
no.
Oh, okay.
Yep, Red
Sorry.
Lazar.
You need to stop doing those silly drawings about imaginary friends.
I like to think all of you are my children.
And not these three, though, on the
No,
picture on my
screw
desk.
them.
I don't know who they are. They just came with the frame. Dudley the Dunce. All year we'd heard about Dudley and how he was coming to our school. We didn't know who he was, what he was going to do, or why we should care. But that was 99% what made him fascinating to us.
So Slimy must be a part of the older generation, because who uses the word dunce anymore?
Only people who want to badly censor certain things.
This is very similar to another story he did about...
Is it the guy in green?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought
the morph suit. Oh, no, not morph
He
suit.
does a story about
Mr.
Mr.
Moore. Well, it was like a guy comes in like a bodysuit, and he slowly
Mr. Stranger Danger.
That's
Thank you.
it.
Yes.
Mr. Stranger Danger.
And he slowly like takes
Oh.
children, and the teacher just doesn't know anything.
Just,
and
yeah, completely oblivious to it, yeah.
This is a longer story.
Get away
so
from
we
the
should,
door,
we
you
should
fucking whore.
Oh, where am I? Good.
I just
Mrs.
read the bit about
Mrs.
Dudley
Schroeder.
the Dunce.
Miss,
Oh,
finish.
Mrs. Schroeder, okay.
Yeah.
Mrs. Schroeder drew a manila envelope from a drawer with the slow, methodical showmanship of a magician's assistant.
Oh, sorry.
Wave,
Checking the
wave,
levels.
wave.
Kind of have to read.
Channel levels.
Whatever was in there had to be incredibly important. Something amazing. Magical.
Mr. Mistopheles.
Oh, okay, class. It's time to meet Dudley the Dunce. She showed the envelope of to all of us. She showed the envelope off
To all of us. Yeah.
It was postmarked. It was postmarked, worn, and stained with a grease or oil. It looked like something that had made a harrowing journey through the postal system.
So everything that goes to the postal system.
Right.
I almost read that as portal system, and I thought aperture science was involved.
Using a pair of scissors, the kind we weren't allowed to use yet, she opened the envelope and parted the opening with her breath. Wait. What?
Just
She
slit-
blew into it so
Oh.
that it would open up.
Oh, a small puff of dust emerged, which elicited her usual sharp, high-pitched
shit.
cough.
It is cocaine.
There we go.
Anthrax.
There we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you just do that on command, or did you actually have to cough?
That was on command / it's an actual cough. Well, I mean,
So both.
it's a
That
both.
was a real cough. Not like the staged coughs we do when we try to lean away from the mic when we're sick.
No, it's not a sick cough. I'm not sick. So.
I'm sorry, we're
One of the other.
one of the other kids thrust his hand into the air without waiting to be called, asked, "Who is he?"
Mrs. Schroeder smiled and reached her hand into the envelope. She then shot us a confused look, as if she'd stuck her hand into something strange. After a moment of concerned mumbling from all of us, she smiled widely and withdrew her hand.
She made a fist,
Ooh.
except her pointer finger, which was pointed towards the ceiling.
On her finger resided a tiny homemade finger puppet. Oh no.
This is equal parts cringy and disappointing, and also I'm worried about where this is going.
It looked to be constructed of felt or some similar material. It had an oval head, a wide line of thread resembling a smile, and a tiny conical?
Conical. yeah.
Conical. Not a word you often see. Dunce cap. Its fabric body covered Mrs. Schrodinger's finger, and it... Well,
Schrodinger's finger.
Schroeder's.
I like that.
While it's in the puppet, you don't know if the finger is there or if it's the puppet. It's either a
Physics
finger.
jokes.
And it had two little cloth arms that seemed to be... Yes, Gracie, that was funny. that seemed to be held in a shrug by unseen wire within. He wore a little necktie made out of beige yarn.
I'm going to pause real quickly and just point out that we have a lot of really good little... Like, no matter what time period we're from, students do act a certain way around, like, the holidays when they're about to go to... about to get off for vacation. Everyone's very antsy and no one's paying attention to anything and teachers can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
I just like that. That's a very little
Yeah,
detail.
that's
Right.
realistic.
Yes,
Yeah, definitely.
indeed.
This is Dudley the Dunce, she explained. He's always acting up in class and doesn't study or do his homework. Do you, Dudley?
She made the finger puppet shake its head no.
Wait, is it no like a wagging finger, or is it like she's actually...
She's probably
I'd
doing
probably
this.
like
Oh
this.
yeah, like moving it back.
Nose picking gesture.
Teachers all over the world send Dudley from country to country. He came here all the way from Germany, where they call him Respektlos Dudley.
She showed off the puppet off a bit, bending and wiggling her finger as if Dudley was doing a silly dance. By the way, she's standing in front of a bunch of kids, and the kids in the back are just like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, they can barely see this puppet. What? What's going on?
Sorry. She showed the puppet off a bit, bending and wiggling her finger as if Dudley were doing a silly dance.
Oh, I said that already.
Yeah,
I'm
get the next one.
yeah. Dudley was made by a lady whose son was very sick. He wanted to get letters from everyone around the world. Ever since, Dudley's kept going and going.
Another child raised their hand. What happened to the kid?
Ah, you see, Mrs. Schroeder tilted her head and smiled. He was very sick, and it was a very long time ago, before any of you were even born.
He died, kids.
He's dead.
He's
So-
Casper.
Oh no.
So he was created during the revolt against the Tsar, and
Oh, clearly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Another hand in the air. What school did he go to? Was it this one?
Is this... Well, actually, kids act like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't know what grade any of these kids are.
That's
Do we?
true. We don't. No.
No. It sounds like if someone wants to use a finger puppet to do a thing, unless the
Fairly
teacher is fairly sadistic, because, we know what's coming. This is some sort of cursed puppet of cursed cursedness.
Why would the puppet be cursed? Why wouldn't the, teacher... I mean, the teacher's in on it, whatever it is.
That's
The
true.
manila envelope? I don't know.
It's something that's passed back and forth between
Is it from... It's from
necromantically
Germany.
minded
Oh god,
teachers.
he's carrying Spanish flu.
It's from Germany. Is this like a Krampus thing or something?
Oh.
It'd have
Dudley the
to
Dunce,
be-
he serves the Krampus. Krampus needs a
This is
helper.
this is getting into a really Christmassy episode.
Yay! The only thing we're missing is eggnog. Like I
Yeah.
said. I wish we did that. I want more milk. What happened to the... Oh, yeah. Did he go to this school?
Who read? What's next? I thought you spoke, David.
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to find my line again.
Another-
What school did he go to? Was it this one? And I think that's...
Okay, yeah. No. No, it was very, very far away. It's been gone for a long time, too. I think there was a fire, unfortunately, but I could be wrong.
Mrs. Schroeder took a fishbowl full of slips of paper from beneath the desk and swirled it around.
Oh,
I'm
no.
going to draw someone's name from this bowl, and whoever I pick will get to take Dudley home
Oh, no.
for Christmas. Oh my goodness. You'll be able to look at letters from the last few children who had, who had him, and then you'll write your own letter to read in front of the class next year. Oh my god, there's already...
I'm getting some elf on the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where my mind went to.
Go ahead.
He's just a finger puppet, so he's gonna be an elf with
Yep.
a finger.
That's what he wants you to think.
Some of the kids were interested. Others couldn't care less. I was one of the latter, since I could smell a homework assignment in disguise a mile away.
That's a smart kid.
That
Nice.
sounds like Slimebeast as a kid.
Nice.
No way was I writing some stupid letters to some stupid kid in dumb pink Canada.
Pink Canada?
Like, it's probably pink on the map they have.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man, fuck Canada, it's so pink.
Oh, there it is.
The map was unfurled behind Mrs. Schroeder, and all I could think of was that I'd have to talk to someone in that creepy amorphous pink map with the moose on it.
This is the best map ever.
This is the best story to read while you're high.
Mrs. Schroeder reached her finger into the bowl, plunged Dudley in face first, and slid out a slip of paper.
I wonder
using the
whose
side
name
of
is
his
going to be on the
hair.
list.
It's Robert.
Dudley wants to go home with... She adjusted her glasses and turned the paper right side up. Tommy, she showed the paper to us.
Tommy was my neighbor, and
Ooh, subversion.
Oh, it wasn't him. So.
Not pro-tag.
And I was glad it was him and not for me. Nicely done.
Slimebeast wouldn't write
Tommy's not coming
a
back to
story
class
where
the
he
next
had to
day.
do homework.
That's what I'm guessing.
I don't want to be that kid.
Tommy, you're dead.
The kid who didn't want the puppet sank to their seats to their chairs with relief. The rest sank in with disappointment. I really wanted that finger puppet, damn it!
Yeah, no, I don't know how many kids are like, yes, give me a tiny puppet.
Again, depends on the age.
I mean...
Really depends
Oh,
on the
yeah,
age.
no.
We have to do this.
Well, time out.
Like all the kids
Did
are
he
gonna
say
make fun
how
of
old
me.
the kids were?
No.
No.
We
I'm
don't know what
assuming-
grade they're in.
I'm assuming they're teenagers. Because why
I thought
not?
they were like first grade.
I'm assuming
No, I
they're
definitely
seniors
get
in
it.
high school.
I thought they
I
were...
get the impression these are like.
No, I was thinking like they're 3rd, 4th grade. I'm thinking like 8 or 9.
I was
thinking
thinking
first or
5th graders.
So let's see what happens.
Well, I mean, they're young enough that a teacher thinks a puppet.
God, get it
means
together,
something.
Slimebeast. How old are these kids?
we don't know.
Details.
Crucial detail.
Tell us, damn it!
When the bell finally rang, the predicted stampede began. Nothing could dissuade us from hurling our small bodies straight for the exit. Tommy was the only one who couldn't leave yet. Mrs.
He was
Schroeder.
chained to his desk.
Jeez.
Mrs. Schroeder called after him and brought him back to the scuzzy envelope with the doofy puppet.
That's a typo. It should be the goofy puppet.
That's probably the doofy.
It's actually goofy.
The poofy duppet.
The foodie puppet.
Yeah.
You're coming home with me.
The poopy
no.
duffet.
The poopy duffet.
The poopy.
The poopy footet.
The poopy fuck.
Okay,
Shut up.
read.
He didn't seem like one of the ones who wanted it.
On the bus ride home, Tommy sat by himself and didn't talk to anyone. Kids were throwing things out of the windows, getting into fights, all the stuff they could do now that there was no school for a while, and as we saw it, no more repercussions.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
School's out.
For
Forever.
winter.
One of the bigger kids seized the envelope from Tommy and started rifling through it despite his complaints.
What's this dumb thing? The bully held Dudley by his dunce cap, his tiny empty body seeming rather weak and defenseless.
Well, it is a puppet.
Yeah.
Stop it, Tommy whined. I had to take care of it.
That's your whining voice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not your whining voice. The bully laughed and dangled Dudley out the window as the bus sped along. At any moment, a far-reaching branch could have taken the puppet away.
No. Tommy tried to reach for it, but got shoved back.
I seem to be the only one who noticed what was going on, and since bus driver
By
would
the
be...
way,
There's the classic, there's the
Bus
classic
drivers. Bus drivers.
capitalized titles for people.
He
that I
also
think
Yeah.
capitalized the
stories.
word country.
He also
We didn't need to?
Well, he capitalized the word bully, which it's like.
Teacher got capitalized
Is
a
this
lot.
one of his earlier
give
stories?
Simon, get your shit
I give
together.
this story a C-.
We're not even finished.
For all of the grammatical mistakes.
I gave the story a grammar that evolved into muck that I nicknamed Slimebeast, and now I wish I hadn't. I just think that's really funny. Sorry, where were they?
I wanted to
see.
be the only
Oh yeah, since bus drivers either blow their top at the slightest thing or don't give a crap at all, I felt like I was the only one who could do anything about it.
Hey, come on. I tried to reach the bully's reasonable side. He doesn't want it. He has to keep it because teacher said so.
The bully looked me in the face, about an inch away. He drew
Whoa! Sorry.
his- What?
That's not that far. An inch, like.
He drew his hand and the puppet back into the bus and started clearing his throat as if he was going to spit right at me. Sounds like a bully. Maybe 10 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
10 years old.
that's
That's a 10-year-old
like,
thing.
That's
to
a
do.
10-year-old boy. When I didn't recoil, more out of having no sense in actual bravery, he just choked on the unseen gelatinous horror back from down his throat and threw Dudley on the center aisle of the bus. With an offhand comment about Tommy and I being lovers,
Yeah.
basically he called him.
You two are gay. Yeah.
The bully returned
fake
to...
and gay.
Fake and gay?
Fake and gay.
Okay.
Okay.
The ultimate diss.
Wait, they're fake gay, meaning they're not gay?
They're not gay.
It's dumb. It's one of those dumb things. It's like a dumb insult. Like, that's fake and gay.
The bully returned
That's
to
like a middle school insult.
the bully returned to whatever dark, accursed row he had crawled out of.
Middle school insults really are just, you don't know the real meaning of the word you're using, you just know it's supposed to be an insult, so you just throw shit at the wall.
Yeah.
Go die in half.
Yeah.
Go back to Gay Town.
I remember I have this memory of like summer camp. I yelled at one of the kids that I didn't want to scrub. Because that was the music that was popular at the time.
You don't want
Yeah.
no scrubs.
I didn't want no damn scrub.
Look, I get it, because a scrub is a guy who won't get no love from me. Hanging on the passenger. Sorry.
But every part of my, I was kind of wondering, like every part, if as a kid, because another line that popped up was shoddy, and I'm like, I don't think I've ever heard anyone in real life be called shoddy
Shot. Oh, yeah.
or shorty, whatever.
Shorty?
Shorty.
Hi, Shoddy. Where are we? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Being Tommy, who read
something about gay.
Oh,
Gayness,
Faking
yeah.
gay.
fucking gay.
That was me, so that's you.
Bully returned to whatever dark accursed row he called out of.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's you.
Thank you. Thanks. Tommy scooped the puppet up and shoved it back in the envelope. I could tell that he didn't really want to thank me, but felt it had to be done. He probably would have rather disappeared completely at this point.
Before I could say he was welcome, there was the sudden sound of shattering glass. It was a brief, jarring sound that was unfamiliar to most of us. All we knew was that something, somewhere, had just been broken.
The bus screeched to a halt on the side of the road, and without a moment's hesitation, the bus driver was gone.
Oh shit.
Oh, called a group of kids crowding to one side of the bus.
Oh my god, total anarchy!
As it
Was our 9/11? Bus driver's gone.
Remlazar can't melt steam, still beams.
Okay.
As I elbowed through, I saw a couple kids running up their driveway as the bus driver steadily plodded behind them.
It's just line after line.
Oh, should I just take that?
Yeah, no. Okay.
What happened? Oh, some bullies got stabbed and some other kids ran away.
That
You know-
didn't happen, actually.
No,
No, that was
it's Jeff the killer from a kid on the bus's perspective.
David and Abysmii read the conversation.
Yeah, read the
Okay.
conversation,
Okay.
guys.
What happened?
They threw rocks at the bus.
They're in trouble.
This is gonna be great.
I like the hillbilly kid.
Oh, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be a good old down.
One of the kids at the back of the bus let out a scream. We all turned our attention away from the main show to see what the side attraction could possibly be.
That's a good line. The kid who screamed turned out to be the bully. He stood up, unsteady on his feet, giving us all a prime view of the bloody glass-speckled wound in his face. Jeez! Next to him was the gaping, toothy maw of the broken window. That's good description.
That's nice imagery.
Ooh, not only had the rock broken his window, but it had proceeded straight through to his head.
Oh my goodness.
Cool.
Yeah, I like that. You fuck with Dudley and Dudley
Fuck
fucks
with Dudley,
you.
get the rock.
Fuck with Dudley, get fucked.
Within a second, the bully collapsed back into his seat, and everyone was now crowding around him. He was squirming, crying, trying to hold the huge bloody gash, while simultaneously appearing too afraid to actually touch it. Yeah, I could see that. The glass was wedged so deep into his flesh that what we could see of his skull seemed like it had been sprinkled with glitter.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's
From
bad.
how big was the rock?
Someone
Small boulder.
there wasn't just someone threw rocks at the bus. Someone had a fucking sling and a river rock,
Yeah.
a smooth fist-sized river rock.
Okay, I'm gonna just talk about the writing really quick.
Mm.
The one thing Slimebeast has always been good at is when he describes situations, he gives it a realism to him.
Yeah.
That you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would be like that in this situation. It's kind of like the kid's like, oh god, we're gonna stampede over each other, or like he's too scared to touch it. And I'm like, normally writers would not point that out,
Right.
but it's kind of cool that he has like, that moment.
that little sense of like bored realism, maybe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's all details you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't leave you, it leaves you with questions, but
Well,
they're
it's
questions you should be left
They're
with.
details that add imagery. It's not
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
a detail. It's something that's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the way that's described how it's happening. It's like that feels real.
It's very accessible.
Yes, that's
All of his stories are very accessible. You don't need a lot of backstory.
That's
Although,
main thing.
but
Yeah.
the one thing, this does feel a little too old-fashioned. Like, the bully!
It's a little bit Saturday morning cartoony until it gets to the violent part, which makes it
But, like,
fun.
But that
Stranger Things is a thing.
Yeah.
No, that's why I'm not.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not. That's not a criticism.
Well,
I get
when
where
was
you're
the
coming
story
from, but it
written?
doesn't detract from the story for me.
I'm just
Well,
saying.
when was the story written?
2013,
No, it was
2012.
way before Stranger Things.
Okay, I'm gonna.
But no, my point is,
No,
is
that's-
that
Oh, you're gonna lose respect.
my point is
I know where I'll
at
find
this
it again.
time,
Yeah,
like,
2013 is when he wrote it.
people are being reminded of this type of story again in our kind of collective cultural consciousness.
Yeah, that's a good
so
point.
it's not like people are going to be like, I don't remember this type of thing in school.
No. It's still. I'm just noting it like that's.
Timeless.
Okay, nobody helped him. But only because he had no idea what to do. We had no idea what to do. It seemed like forever until the bus driver returned, and then another eternal wait before an ambulance arrived and took the bully away.
The bus driver returned with an ambulance arrived to take the bully away.
Yeah, okay, that's I don't understand this awkward.
Now, this is a
That's just
quirk. It's
yeah.
a quirk of his I've noticed before.
He sobbed and whimpered the whole time, something that other kids were all too ready to exploit. The minute he was gone, everyone was talking about what a wimp he was.
Oh
and
my
that-
god.
These kids are
Okay,
jerks.
I
And
don't know
his skull was
if I buy
showing.
that. Yeah, if you can see someone's exposed skull, the whole
Hey.
like, I'm going to tease you is gone. It's more,
Yeah.
oh my
Hey,
god.
hey, Slimy,
And how-
Slimy, was your grade school? Is there something in your grade school experience we need to like talk about?
How they would have
You
handled
okay, dude?
how they would have handled the situation with more grace and strength. That's again, you're right. Like it's more like, dude, did you see a skull? Wasn't that gross? Wasn't that cool? Like that's more.
Kids usually scream at this point.
Yeah.
It's like scream in panic because
Mhm.
we can't deal with this. Our fragile little minds are overwhelmed.
Yeah, no, like you've got a kid in the back crying. Like, no, first thing you do, I'd imagine, is kids would run off the bus and go, bus driver,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Other kids would freak out and start
Or
crying.
yeah, they
too.
might scream. Yeah.
Panic ensues. It's not everyone.
We don't know how old these
But
kids
I don't know.
are.
I'm
It
thinking
depends.
they're quite
It depends.
young,
Yeah, it
but
depends.
still.
I
Wait,
think this is...
your turn.
Oh, it is me, isn't
Yeah.
it?
When Tommy.
Okay. When Tommy and I got off the bus later on, we were still talking about what had happened. Neither of us liked this kid, so we went to some pretty dark places. At one point, a long overdue face transplant may have been mentioned. Whoa! Okay, this is kind of believable. Though.
Yeah, that part's believable.
But it'd have to be kind of long after the fact. It wouldn't be immediately.
Okay, I'm thinking these kids maybe are like, 4th grade or something.
I mean,
like...
is this taking place at juvenile hall? That's what he gets for messing with you, I noted.
Yeah, I guess Tommy didn't seem as sure about karma as I did.
Karma, capitalized Karma, the League
Yeah.
of Legends champion.
Well, then when you write, oh no, that's true.
Yeah, karma is an
Don't have
abstract
to.
concept.
It's karma.
Yeah.
But he's right, though. This puppet thing is so dumb. I wish it wasn't me.
We said our goodbyes as we each went to our respective homes, and with that, the only thing on my mind was my upcoming vacation. I know the feel.
We walked into the living room and dropped my book bag on the floor as hard as I could, which was the norm. I stripped off my shoes and coat and left them in a trail as if I myself had been a snowman who melted en route to the kitchen. See, fun little details like that.
I did that once, and Mom did not let that happen again. I'm not allowed to do that.
explains some things.
I walked. Oh no, just did that. There he is. Mom noted my arrival as I pulled up a chair and sat at the kitchen table. She was standing at the counter, putting the finishing touches on a cheese sandwich, which is to say, she was putting a slice of cheese between pieces of bread.
How was your day? She inquired, placing the sandwich in a juice box on the table in front of me.
Okay, I guess.
Anything interesting?
Nope.
No.
I saw some kids skull today. Whatever.
I poked the straw into the juice box after a few tries and set about snack time like the blue-collar brute who had to get back on the work site in 10 minutes. I wasn't much for conversation or acknowledging anyone
I was
around
really
me.
happy about winter vacation because then I could start my seasonal pickup time at the coal mine.
I was really glad with winter vacation because I didn't have to listen to adults because suddenly all adults disappeared from existence and started talking like...
I know that it's kind of funny because it's already been explained. This is someone looking back on their childhood.
Well, Mrs.
Well-
Schroeder,
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
This
What?
is just a fucked up...
Peanuts character.
This is a fucked up Peanuts Christmas special going on right now.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Is there a Tommy?
And the bully had
No,
a blanket.
There's Tommy Pickles in Rugrats.
And there was
Which is
a dog
exactly
chasing the
same
bus.
thing.
And there was a little yellow bird outside the bus. No.
Okay.
Aw.
I think your turn.
I think it is your turn.
No, it's your turn. I read.
Mine?
Who read?
No.
Who read?
Focus strongly.
Blue collar
It's you
fruit.
actually.
Oh, as I was finishing up looking forward to the cookie or snack cake I was now due, the kitchen phone rang.
You tiny little shit.
Mom lifted the receiver and, in her usual cheerful way, stated that this was the Clark resident and that Mrs. Clark was speaking.
This is very like Leave It to Beaver era.
Yeah.
Which is exactly where Slimy is from. So.
Yeah. Her expression immediately dropped and her eyes fixed on me. It was a shocking look for my mother to have, blank, yet somehow terrified. Confused, I rolled this around in my mind for a moment before deciding it was a call about the bus bully.
Dun dun
She
dun.
moved to my side and put a hand on my shoulder.
This was getting very odd.
Mom? I asked, only to be immediately shushed. Shut up! Shut up in your mouth!
I don't understand, she whispered to the phone. Well, I'm sure he's all right. Have you... Yes. No, I know what you're saying. Yes, we'll come with you.
Eh?
Eh?
She hung up the phone quickly and urged me to get dressed again. Fearing what the situation might be, how awful it could be, I did as I was told post haste. I had put on my shoes and barely retrieved my coat as Mom grabbed my hand and whisked me out the front door.
Whisk.
Whisked.
Whisk. There was a good hand gesture just now.
I stood on the front stoop as Mom rushed next door to Tommy's house. Tommy's mother was already outside by the street looking frantic. She was only wearing a blouse and panties. Okay. Isn't it like snowing?
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, she's panicking. We get it.
She hadn't even gotten dressed. Oh, and the sight of the 30-something woman's bare lower half said more about the urgency of the situation than it... Okay, I should shut up.
It wasn't long before another ambulance came roaring down the street, lights flashing, siren blaring.
Ambulance.
It's like, ambulance.
It's capitalized. I don't know why.
It's,
It's
I
been
get it,
like
I get
20 minutes, right? He just ate a cheese sandwich.
Yeah, that's it. It's only
Okay.
been 20 minutes.
I'm guessing.
It's well, they're right next door to each other, so it's not that weird. It's slowed to a stop in front of Tommy's house, and the two women let the EMTs in.
Yeah, two women. Oh, wait,
That means
lead.
it's
Lead. Should be led, but it's lead.
Two women lead the EMTs in. Yeah, that's probably
Why did she want the boy to come with for...
I don't know.
Okay.
for comfort.
Abysmii, your
find
turn.
out. Left alone to my own devices, I walked to the ambulance, and looked for someone inside to explain what was going on. No one was there. I stood in the middle of Tommy's yard and just looked this way and that. For any adult who might be in charge, I saw no one.
Oh, okay, maybe it's just her and her son, and she's like, I don't want to just leave you at the house by yourself. We still don't know how old this boy
Didn't
is.
the bus driver mysteriously disappear at some point?
He left to
Yeah,
get off the
no,
bus
he
to
left
find
to
out
chase
who had
kids.
thrown rocks.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was
Some
chasing
kids
the
were
kids.
thrown
Oh
rocks.
yeah, to break it.
I thought
yeah.
maybe Dudley the Dunce was kidnapping adults.
This was the most confused and frightened I had ever felt. It was as if I was alone on Earth itself, only the setting sun and flashing red lights to keep the darkness from creeping up on
Yeah,
me.
these kids are young because now there's the whole look for an adult in charge if anything is weird.
Yeah.
You know?
The AMTs wheeled their gurney out of the house as my mom and Tommy's mom followed closely. Tommy was on it, covered with a white sheet that was stained red
Oh,
at the
shit.
mid. Ooh, his pale.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
His pale, vacant face seemed to stare at me. But as they wheeled him farther, I could see
Oh wait,
that.
time out. He's covered in a white sheet, but his pale, vacant face is
It's
staring.
probably blue Liz or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
didn't. Well,
it's
that
It
just-
doesn't say
It
that.
should be draped.
It's just confused. It's
Yeah.
just confusing because he
Yeah.
says he's covered with a white sheet. To his neck would have been the thing to say because covering with a white sheet implies
that-
death.
Yeah, completely. But as they wheeled him further, I could see that his eyes were simply set on the horizon, staring at nothing, no one. So he's still alive. He's just
Yeah,
Crazy.
but it's just poor wording right there, covered in a white sheet to
Yes,
the neck,
Slimebeast.
to his neck or something.
rewrite
Say
this better.
Rewrite your 2013 story.
right?
Tommy's mother was crying. My mother was crying. By the time Tommy was loaded to the back of the ambulance, I was crying too.
I love how you're reading it like it's in all caps or something.
Well, I'm trying to only stress. I'm trying to stress that only the first letter is capitalized in a strange space. That's
can't
all.
unsee
That's
it.
literally my only major criticism of the story so far. And that's just a common. That's just, to my mind, it's not even that big a deal because it's just a Slimebeast quirk that I've seen before
It's just funny.
in some of his older stuff, and maybe some of his newer stuff too. I don't know.
The ambulance drove on with Tommy and his mother. The siren blared all the way to the end of the street, but then went quiet as the vehicle just sat still for the briefest moment.
Mom and I watched from the car, still at the end of our driveway, as the ambulance soon drove off, visibly, just a bit slower than before.
Wait.
that
After
mean-
the funeral, what?
So he died
So he
in
died in
transit. He died in
ambulance.
transit.
We
I think that was the impression that's
went
supposed
to
to be
Tommy's
visual.
house. His mother had set out food and drinks, but all I wanted at that moment was to get out of that itchy suit that had been forced upon me. What the fuck?
What?
It's a little
I mean,
dick.
he died in the ambulance.
Well, no, but like it's like makes it seem like he's not like again covered. It's covered. Yeah, like you said, as
So
soon
he
as
was
he's dead.
dead.
So he was dead.
Yeah.
But the way
but he
No,
can
no, no.
see his face.
Yeah, you can see his face.
You
Look,
can see his
there's
face.
this weird bit about the.
But he was staring as if dead.
No.
no,
And
it's-
no, the ambulance
The
started
siren
out.
blared all the way to the end of the street, but then went quiet as the vehicle just sat
So it
still. for
sat-
the
So they
briefest
lost him
moment.
and then went, oh
EMTs
shit.
Yeah,
And then again,
exactly.
we'll just keep going.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. fair
That's
enough.
what I got.
Fair enough.
At one point, I snuck away to Tommy's room with intent. What did I say?
with intake.
Oh, with intent.
Gotta get my intake.
with intent to take off my jacket and at least loosen the tie around my neck. The room was just as I'd seen it before. It wasn't even cleaned up, and Tommy's own coat was still lying in the middle of the floor.
I spotted the envelope on an end table. With it. There hadn't even been enough time for Tommy to take anything out of it. I could see the lump where Dudley resided within.
When I found my mom among the group of strangers who had somehow known Tommy or his whole family, I showed her the envelope.
Mom, I urged, pulling
Sorry.
her away from from a conversation. Someone has to write Tommy's letter. He's gonna get in trouble.
How? Okay, yeah. These kids keep getting younger in my mind.
Yeah.
Time passed as winter vacation slowly disappeared. I put the envelope aside, stuffed it into my sock drawer, fully intending to finish Tommy's assignment for him so he wouldn't get a posthumous bad
Your
grade.
kid
Why would you assume that his work still needs to be done? He's not alive to get in trouble.
How?
Or he's gonna get in
I
trouble.
understand the thought
Or is
process in
that,
his
like-
head, but not him actually wanting to do it.
Is he
No.
in denial? Does he not realize he was at the funeral?
He was the killer.
Because his classmate
Tommy's
just
ghost appears
died.
before him every night and goes, "Hey, finish my
Do
assignment."
my word.
Pal.
I'll pay $50 to write my essay.
Return the essay.
I will reveal to you the secrets of the afterlife if you just finish my essay.
Give me an A plus.
2 paragraphs.
12-point font.
I need a 4.0 so that I can get into college.
Eventually, the dread of a new school year fully hit me. I pulled the envelope out of the drawer, studied the German postmark for a while, then finally shook off the procrastination and got to work.
German. That
I
should
know,
be
making
cap-
a joke.
Well, it's so funny. Oh, I pulled Dudley aside out of the envelope and blew the dust off of him. Why was he always so dusty? Then I carefully removed all the past letters from the other kids and spread them out on the floor.
Studying the puppet now, I could see his little eyes made of black thread in the X shapes.
Ooh.
Really?
That's morbid.
And the
Oh.
strange necktie
Not
of yarn, which
necessarily.
seemed to loop
implies
around.
death.
Wait. And the strange necktie of yarn, which seemed to loop around itself at the knot.
It's a hangman's noose.
Oh.
This is a really morbid little thing.
Yeah.
Why are you giving this to kids?
Because this teacher's like, I must punish the sinful.
The
Those who don't
children
do their
must
homework.
die.
Teachers in a cult. It's a cult teacher.
I put Dudley the Dunce on my pointer finger and read the letters with him. A few of them from places like Australia and England were in English.
I would hope.
The rest were... The rest were a complete mystery to me.
Damn
Arabesh.
moon speak. Dudley is incredibly bright, started the British kid. His low scores are not his fault. It's only that he has such a hard time concentrating. He is very nice and a very good fellow to be around, and I love him very much.
How old are these kids?
I don't know.
Wait, he has low scores?
Penny Lane is in his ears and in his eyes.
Dudley. Oh wait,
The letter.
that's what you just said. The letter got an eye roll from me at this point, and I skipped the rest of it.
I hate the British.
Fuck these guys. I hate
We
them more.
won the war.
Tea-sipping bastards.
Okay,
I hate them more than
Kayla, how good is your Australian accent?
Oh, sucks ass.
Give it a shot.
I like the Dudley. I can't do Australian. I like Dudley very much.
Oh, that wasn't terrible. That was pretty good.
Australian. He's really
Keep going. You got this.
No, Rulia's probably listening to this, laughing her ass off.
Oh, no.
No, he's really smart no matter what anyone says. I like his clever jokes and it's fun personally. Oh, I'm really God damn it!
Hi, Naru. Hi, Naru.
Whoa.
Another flattering piece of crap.
Yeah.
I didn't finish that one. Either. It seemed like everyone thought Dudley was smart and funny and generally a wonderful guy.
That's exactly what I think about Slimebeast stories. Pieces of crap.
Flattery.
I could...
I'm sorry.
Isn't it sad how Slimebeast is the protagonist of all of his stories?
I can
Especially the ones where people like, remember when Christopher Wolf went to that island that was totally in North Carolina that was abandoned by Disney? And that was totally him writing the story.
Oh, man.
I could understand writing it. Wait, I'm sorry.
Another
I can,
flag.
I can understand. I can understand writing what you thought the teacher wanted to hear, but these kids sounded more like secret admirers writing love letters than regular children who had been assigned a project.
You have a weird concept of love letters.
I like my girlfriend very much.
She's very smart. My finger twitched. Dudley twitched.
I gathered the letters back up, and crumpled them into the envelope. Then, grabbing a nearby pen and notepad, I decided to start writing out the utterly pointless report. So it's important to do it, but you still think it's pointless?
I guess.
This is a weird, I feel like this getting him to write the letters being a bit shoehorned in.
A little bit.
And not that shouldn't be a plot point, but I think it could have been better. A better foundation could have been laid.
What if Tommy wasn't dead? Like Tommy's just in the hospital.
Dun dun dun.
And it's more like
Well,
he
there
actually
wouldn't
is
have
like,
been
I
a.
need
Why
to
would there
finish
be
my
a
assignment.
funeral?
The parents
No,
are...
I'm saying, what if that was a change in the story? Like he's deathly sick in the hospital, and then somehow
His mom says, "Hey, you need
the
to help.
protagonist feels the protagonist
You need
feels
to help
guilty.
your friend. Write his report for him at the very least. Help him with his homework."
Yeah, and he's like, fine. He takes the
Yeah.
finger puppet and he
Yeah.
does the thing. You know,
That would make a little more sense.
just a
little more
Just
sense.
a suggestion for revision, sir.
I don't
Just
think.
a thought.
I don't think it would revise it.
Because I know you'll totally take our
Rewrite
advice and
this story.
Make it better.
Like a brother.
Who's next?
0 out of
You.
10.
Oh, I gathered the letters back up
I
from.
read that.
Dudley is.
Dudley is.
That's as far as I got on the first try. I realized I had heard Mrs. Schroeder mention a certain minimum word count.
I think that Dudley is so true.
I felt that.
So
Wow.
true.
That was a bit better, but I still wasn't feeling it. Finally, I just wrote what I really had been thinking for weeks upon weeks. I miss Tommy.
Aww.
That's sad.
My finger twitched again. I looked down at the finger puppet, and matching the speed and movement of my head, Dudley turned to look back at me.
Ooh. I jumped and shook my hand violently, but the puppet would not come loose. It was like being stuck in one of those novelty Chinese finger traps, where the more you pull, the tighter the grip becomes.
Dudley, or rather the finger he was now attached to, reached over and took the pen from my other hand. The puppet grasped it with its tiny felt hands and thumbs in a mitten-like expanse. It began to write.
Oh, despite that, I'd never really written with my left hand. The puppet edged out a reasonably legible word.
Sorry.
So
Sorry.
it wants to go to a party. I think I meant
Soiree.
Sorry. I was about to say you said it's sorry, and I immediately thought, that amorphous pink blob Canada. Amorphous Canada. I looked down in awe at my hand, now seemingly my own again, as I wiggled my fingers and waved it about. The pen, like my finger, now seemed trapped in Dudley's unbreakable death grip.
Get it off me! I squealed in terror.
You can do it.
My hand shot back to the page as if I was swatting a fly without my own consent.
Okay, was scribbled out on the paper. But remember...
This is how Slimebeast legitimately talks to me on Skype sometimes.
Yeah, I've encountered that. I shuddered as I washed my hand. Something that was supposed to be part of me and not him. Clearly this kid has never seen Evil Dead 2.
Mm-hmm.
Proceed to violate my mental commands by tracing out the continuing string of letters. Should I just do that bit?
Yeah.
Don't call me dumb. Ever.
Just as requested, the next child, wherever he or she lived, received yet another positively glowing letter about a smart, lovable little puppet.
By the way, the dust that was always coming off of him in the letters since all this happened, I've come to realize that it was
I thought it might be cremains.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
So because it burned the finger inside the little puppet?
Did it burn the finger in the puppet?
No.
I don't know. That's the end of the story, though. I think. Yes.
But he never called. He just said, "Get off me." But he said, "Wouldn't it be more interesting?"
Okay, let's read the. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, shouldn't this wait? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. I'm blanking. Sorry. For the ending, why he says, "Don't call me dumb ever." Wouldn't the kid have said, "You dumb puppet" or something like that?
I think Tommy called him dumb.
Tommy called it a dumb
Because Tommy didn't want the puppet.
I think the bully probably called it dumb too.
Yeah. So Dudley kills people who insult him, basically.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
So...
Scroll down, David. Is this not Slimebeast's story?
No, this is a Slimebeast story.
This comes to us from Jonathan of blogleech.com.
Wait.
Is it?
No, there's a link to an image. That's the Dudley the Dunce image right
Oh!
there. That's what Dudley looks like.
It should, if I should live until I wake, I pray the web my death to fade.
That's his. Yeah,
That's
his.
classic. This is
Classic
old. This is
Slimebeast.
old. This is Slimebeast original. Today it's just Slimebeast 0 with no calories.
The story was okay.
I liked it.
It feels like it was written off of like a writing prompt you get.
Yeah.
Make a story about a finger puppet. Which isn't bad.
Or a teacher opens an envelope in front of class.
Yeah.
What
oh
did you
yeah.
find inside?
Died. Yeah.
Ashes and a finger puppet. That's a very kind of like
Yeah.
Okay.
Slimebeast logic.
Maybe I'm being kind of dumb, but
No, I think it's just it could be cleaned up and tightened a bit.
Yeah.
And there's a few leaps, like the kids crowding around.
Wait a minute.
Skull and going, ooh!
Wait a minute, you guys. Last edit today at 12:54 a.m. by Slimebeast.
You bastard!
Wait. Was it not like that originally?
I don't know. He apparently edited
So
it.
now
What
we
did he
only
say?
know how it used
Maybe
to
he has a
be.
program that automatically
Oh.
on his computer goes and capitalizes different words.
Oh no! Did he?
Did he know we were gonna read it?
Well, yeah, I did. I told him
No,
hey,
but he didn't know at 12 a.m. last night. It's only 10.
he.
Well, he's only 3 hours ahead.
This is on his time. Remember, he's east of us by
Wait,
fair
he-
margin.
So- Oh my goodness! Did that? No, he did not know.
No, he didn't.
Oh my gosh, that's weird.
Ask him about that.
I wonder what he changed. Can we look at
Answer for your
Is there an edit?
crimes.
Is there an edit log? Hey, Slimy, what's your secret?
I don't think there's an edit log on the...
No, I want to see it.
Well,
I want to know what you changed, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I feel like this. Yeah, like you said, I feel like this story just could have been more tighter and not more tighter. That's not proper English.
more tighter.
Wow.
Written more
Capital M,
tightly.
capital T,
Written
more
more
tighter.
More written.
Tony the tighter.
Tony the tighter. I feel there's things that need to be tightened up. I feel like the story, could have been. I'm still kind of confused. And like you said, maybe it's just not as tight. But is it the kid's finger that becomes dust? Is it the ashes of Tommy who just died? Why?
Ashes of past kids.
Yeah, how does...
Yeah, we have no indication in this story of how an ash would have gotten into that envelope.
Tommy would have to have been cremated, and Dudley would have had to have been
Well,
there.
no,
I get
not
the cryptic
necessarily.
spookiness of the whole thing. Just
Just-
like a cursed puppet.
just previous children would have to be cremated, assumedly, with Dudley somehow present.
Wait, well, go back to the story really quick.
All right.
Go back to the last line.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. There it is.
By the way, the dust that was always coming off of him.
Off of him, not out of the envelope.
I've come to realize that it was ash.
Maybe he just secretes ash. He, poops it.
But then why?
Maybe he's symbolically covered in the ashes.
In the years since this all happened.
In the years, I've come to realize that it was all ash.
Oh, he came to the realization years later.
But here's my question.
That he noticed that the puppet was always covered in dust, that the envelope was all covered in dust, and it's probably just it's probably again, not...
we're probably reading too much into it.
No, it sounds to me, honestly, like the writer is reading too much into it.
Yes.
That's why he's decided it's ash. It's almost symbolic to the person who's remembering this crap.
Yeah.
Well, Slimebeast loves to, especially about Abandoned by Disney, he likes to say everyone puts a lot of importance on the story. It's just a thing I sat down and turned out in one night as a silly fun.
Yeah,
I know.
That's why
So we
I
might
like
be
that
reading too
bit.
much into it.
I like
do-
that bit, though, because, that seems fair.
What I think is, he probably wrote this in one night. I think it's not one of his stronger stories.
Nah.
But, and there are some things that could be explained a little bit more, or...
No, it's definitely not a strong story. He doesn't know how to spell remember.
Also, I do...
Ambulance!
I do like the detail that the puppet apologized for killing Tommy, effectively, because he wrote, I miss Tommy, and the puppet wrote back, sorry.
Yeah.
So that's like a confession. That's kind of
Oh.
cool. We were too distracted.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Soiree.
Take me to the fanciful.
Shall we give this our festive freshness ratings?
Festive.
I would
Yeah,
give
it's
this
Christmas.
a cocaine snowfall out of disappearing bus driver.
Doesn't make any sense.
Shut up.
None of these make any sense
Shut
anymore.
up. Question my rating system.
I would give this holding back my spit in front of your face.
Ooh, I like that.
I give this a soiree out of a pink mass of Canada with a moose on it.
I will give this 2 gift wrap rocks being thrown through a bus window. and for good measure, 1 strikes the bully you hate. There you go.
Did he cause the rocks to be thrown?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
But, is he... I know he's kind of magical, but how magical is he?
That
That's
magical.
another thing we have no...
And
Yeah.
it doesn't
no
matter.
gauge
It's
on.
just a spoopy.
It's a
This
smoothie.
is
I
spoopy.
wanna-
The point is that he
done
can
correctly.
I know something bad happened to, what's-his-face, Tommy, but I kind of want to know how he died.
Yeah, we never know how he
That's
died.
He died as he lived, with his mouth wide open.
Gaped like a fish.
He got spooketed.
He probably fell. Dudley probably made it look like an accident somehow.
fell on that kitchen knife.
That kitchen knife, the kitchen knife that was just there on the floor. Somehow
Yeah,
he
I
fell
know.
on it 10 times.
Yeah.
I checked when I actually looked up Dudley the Dunce. There is a lot more stories than apparently. I think Slimebeast has done
Oh,
a
no.
couple
You described how much he'd actually done.
We're going to
Oh,
have
no,
to
wait,
deep
wait,
dive
wait.
this song.
So when we're gonna read 2 Dudley, 2 Dunce.
Wait, hold on. Unless it says page. Oh wait, maybe it's just page 2. Yeah, it's just page 2. Sorry, I
Here's
think it's
his
the only.
comments.
No, wait. There's a story called Dudley the Dunce's Big Day. Nice.
We'll see what happens when I write my next story. I hate all my readers.
That's a slime.
That's Slimebeast. That's Slimebeast. Well, my friends, thank you for joining us here unexpectedly but delightfully tonight.
Indeed.
Thank you for having us.
Happy to do it. Hey, when you finally settle down on your, get your ship fixed up and you take off, what are your future plans? Got anything you want to tell all our listeners about? Any sort of cool things on the horizon?
We're gonna go Nebula shopping.
Yeah.
Nice.
Need to buy a new one.
It's been way too long. Need to upgrade.
The
Understandable.
old one's structurally unsound.
I'm looking for that Hourglass Nebula. Pretty hot.
We need a more sexy Nebula.
We do.
You can't market normal nebulas anymore.
I got a lot of secret projects in the works that I'm working on. They're going to take a while, but keep your eyes peeled to the Creative Horror YouTube channel. And yeah, that's all I got.
Well, Happy holidays, everyone.
Yay.
Yay! Hey,
Happy
if you liked what you heard this episode and you enjoy hearing me be mildly high,
and Abby mildly drunk.
This is Mildly High with David Kaela.
So you're not quite high, you're just a little bit lofty.
I feel lofty. I feel
Floaty.
Floaty.
I feel like I'm in a precipitous position.
There you go.
There you
Okay.
go. But if you enjoyed this for whatever reason, feel free, please go to iTunes, go to your podcast apps, maybe give us a like, rating, a review. There's not like, you just rate and review podcasts. That's right. You might, well, if you don't like them, you still rate them, but you rate them badly. So,
Well, if you don't like it,
Also-
they can rate too, can't they?
yeah, they can do that too. If you don't like that, that's fine. 'Cause you know what? It's all interesting.
It's all
interest.
engagement.
It's all engagement. Remember, that's what matters. Twitter
It
says,
really is a
hey,
limit.
remember, don't
Remember
repost
that
people you hate.
to remember to smash that article that you write that's really long about how much you hate them.
Also,
Remember to close all those tabs that ask you if you want notifications from this website when you open the link to that article.
by the way, if you want to have your story get the UCA treatment, send it to us. Send their stories.
MidnightMarinara@gmail.com is the place where you can send them. We accept everything. However, patrons and or people who there's a little bit of a queue. So we got Slimebeast tonight, and Slimebeast basically kind of said, "Yeah, he just threw a bunch of stuff. Says you can read just about anything." And I said,
He's
cool.
got like positions 1 through 55, so it's gonna be a while.
He doesn't get preferential treatment.
No, of course, yeah. Right, and until next year, I suppose.
Yeah.
This way, hopefully we'll all be able to get together and do the lighthouse, and no one will have died from eating bad
Hasta
lobster.
nueva felicidades.
See.
See.
CNC Music Factory.
Good evening, intrepid listeners. This is the Pasta Shade, the host of Midnight Marinara, and this podcast is part of CreativeHorror.com, a network of podcasts and creators working together to build a constructive community of horror fans. For more content like this, visit us at CreativeHorror.com.